Woo! Y'all know what time it is. It's me. What'd you expect? You want topics? Bet. I got some coming up for you next. Yeah, sure. Welcome back to another episode of the We Here Now podcast. This number episode 52. I'm your host, as I've been your host. It's your boy Mario on point. Here to keep y'all on point. So let's just get to the point. Shall we? But y'all know how we like to do this thing. We like to take it off of what's going on in the world regarding to relationship topics for the most part. And we got one live and action for you. Now, as you can see, the post I'm going to put on screen. So here we have. It says, RondoNumbaNine gets a visit in jail from his girlfriend. The Chicago rapper is currently serving a 39-year prison sentence. Psh. Let's talk about it. For some of y'all that don't know who RondoNumbaNine is, very influential for the Chicago drill rap back in the early 2010s when it really started to getting really some waves. But he has been locked up since about 2012, 2013, I want to say. And he said it was 39 years ago. But that sounds bad, but maybe it's not all bad because he still has a girlfriend who is holding him down. This is the definition to hold your man down, right? Because they don't really make females like this anymore, right? Because that's a long time to be holding somebody down. You don't get to see him, just maybe some. I mean, I don't think they're married either, so it's not like he get like conjugal visits or anything. But it takes a strong individual like herself to continuously be in this relationship with the rapper. Now, how long can she actually keep this up? Because he still has 39 years to remain. I believe he originally got sentenced to 50 years. So if my math is right, 2024, 13, 11 years. So he's already been there 11 years, and he still has 39 more years to go. Now, how do we feel about this as a whole? Is she stupid for even attempting to hold him down this long? Now, in reality, if she's actually holding him down, some people might lean towards maybe she is stupid. But at the end of the day, he's locked up. So he really has no control of what she can do and what she can't do. But at the end of the day, I think that means a lot to him regardless, as long as the fact that he still feels like he has somebody in his corner through all these years. Because when you get locked up like that, all them homies, you was riding when you was in the streets with, if they not in jail with you, they're not going to be holding you down like that. If they see you again when you get out, kumbaya. But other than that, it's not like that. So I think it's important for him to have somebody like that in his corner. But all women aren't built like this, and most men aren't built like this either. Me personally, I don't know if I'm going to be dealing with a female who's going to be locked up for that long. But that's just how I feel personally. But maybe this speaks volumes to how she is as a woman. Let's just say that she is being faithful. She's holding him down. She's not cheating. She's not doing any of the extra stuff. This is a rare species of woman if that is the case. It's some girls, you can go to jail for, a couple months, and by the time you get back out, she got a whole new family. She got a new boyfriend, new car, new house. She in a different city, all type of stuff. So we're looking at the other side with this female. She's doing what every man who is locked up would want them to do. But you also got to think about, is this even fair on herself if she actually is holding him down? Because she could just have a whole nother relationship on the side that RondoNumbaNine doesn't even know about. But she's still showing face and showing up and showing him some love. And I think if it's a situation like that, as long as he's not hearing about it, causing him to stress out about more stuff than what he's already dealing with, the fact that he's going to be locked up for another 39 years, I mean, that might be a good situation for him. But every situation is different. Like I always say, like one of my little catchphrases, case by case. Because what works for another relationship might not work for the next relationship. What doesn't work for this relationship might work for the next relationship. So it really just it matters the moving piece who are part of this game. The players who are actually in the game and what they see fit to be, successful or make sense or loyal or all that stuff. So I just wanted to bring that to y'all attention. We always talk about relationship stuff. I want to see how many women are going to actually hold their man down for that long period of time. And I'm asking women out there, how long are you willing to hold your man down while he is in jail? Answer this truthfully. Don't be in the comments talk about, oh, if my man get life, I'm gonna hold him down and yada yada yada. So you gonna hold your man down who got life in prison? That's what you're telling me. So the man that you love, this the man of your life, he's in prison. Y'all can't have no kids. Y'all can't even see each other that much. Ain't no good morning, no good night text. It's no there's no privacy. Whenever y'all on them calls, all them phones are being tapped anyway. So it's like it's certain stuff that you don't get to have with your partner when they are locked up. But I just curiously want to know. I would say I'm gonna ask the men, but most men probably will feel the same. And I don't think it's necessarily just like a woman or a man thing. I think that's just for anybody. If you are supposed to be with somebody and all you can do is talk to them on certain times, like you can't even see them, I think most people aren't gonna be too okay with that relationship. I think the average person is not going to be fit to deal in a relationship like that. But like I said, I'm curious to know what y'all think about this. But we're gonna go to a quick commercial break and then we're gonna be right back. And we back. Now, something that we talked about on previous podcasts, but more things have been covered since the situation happened with Bhad Bhabie and her baby father. Now, he has said he denies physically assaulting her. If I did that, she wouldn't be with me. See, this is why we gotta stay out of toxic relationship. I've spoken this before, and I'm gonna speak on it again. Because no matter how we feel about it, how the world may feel about it, how they feel about it, regardless of all that, it does not matter because it only makes two people that actually make that decision. Bhad Bhabie and her baby daddy. Right. So she's still with him. So obviously she forgave him. And clearly he's lying because we saw the video. I don't like when stuff like that happens. You know what I mean? It's like it's clear cut proof that something is going on and you just refuse to believe for whatever reason it might be. Now obviously it's a situation where you have to be held accountable. You have to take accountability for some wrongs that you have done. So when you get caught in 4K like that, and then you get online, and then you still lie about it, we just all kind of looking at you like, you ain't about to argue with him. You saw what he already capable of. It's like you're not dealing with that, But it's just a sad state of affairs, because definitely they aren't the only relationship that is going through this, and I feel for any woman who's actually, going through this. Because at the end of the day, it's like you'll probably rate the pros over the cons. But if you're in a relationship, as a female and a man is putting his hands on you, how much can a man actually love you if he's willing to hurt you? Because if he's putting hands on you, that's going to cause a couple things. It's going to cause you to be scared of him. It's going to cause you to be timid. Not only the physical abuse you're going to have to go through, just dealing with them, but it's also like a little bit of manipulation too. Because if you're dealing with somebody and, they're not usually doing stuff like this and whatever the case may be, if it happens and then you let it slide, you're just creating a behavior that's okay for him to do, and he's gonna probably do it again, So I'm definitely praying for them in that situation because I'm praying for her more than him. Honestly, I don't expect any man who participated in any action like that against let alone just a random girl, but like the mother of your child, like how would you feel like your kids had to grow up? And I mean, it's a social media. All this stuff is gonna, excuse me, all this stuff is gonna be online forever. So no matter if the storm comes down from people adding him, mentioning him, saying all this stuff about him, eventually it's gonna go away. We're gonna find a new news topic to talk about, and then that's it. No, it's not. It made for us is that it because we're not that emotionally invested into it. But you think about Bhad Bhabie's family that got to go through, and then think about when their kids get old enough to actually know what's going on. When they see that, their whole life is like he's been a good dad to me, yada yada yada. Nothing bad to say. He's active in our life, like that. My dad is my hero type shit. How how's that mindset gonna change when your kids grow up and this perfect image that they had of their father is now being blurred because there's a picture, a video of him physically attacking your mom? I can imagine it's probably not going to go over well, even if you're a kid who's actually like not like the toughest person in the world who doesn't want to engage in confrontation at all. I mean, the average person is still going to feel some type of way about seeing their mom go through that. Because I mean, not only just for men, but for women as well. You know, I think we all hold special place in our heart for, you know, not only our moms, but, you know, moms in our life that have looked out for us, have done stuff for us, anything like that. So it's always going to hit a little bit differently. But it's just crazy the fact that it's all on camera and he's still trying to lie about it. You know what I mean? And that's the world that we live in, though. It's like everything can be proven because there's videos and everything going on, but people will still try to deny to come up with a video. It's like, oh, well, you can see right there, I didn't touch her. It's like, but I'm looking at with my own eye, and I can see how is she standing up and now she on the ground, and you right there, and you right here in her vicinity, and you talk about you ain't do it. I don't like stuff like that. So, like, I get it. Like, you don't want to take accountability for doing something so nasty. Well, maybe you shouldn't have done something so nasty and hateful. That's how I feel about the situation. Truly, don't try to clean it up now by saying like, oh, I didn't do that, and oh, if I did that, like, she wouldn't be with me. Nicole Simpson, OJ. I mean, it's plenty of reasons we can talk about, or plenty of examples that we have where a situation where something was clearly going on, but the woman is saying something, or the man is saying something to kind of deflect of what actually is going on. But you can't do that. The only difference with the Nicole and OJ thing is we got video now. Like, we saw Bhad Bhabie's BD doing what he was doing, so like him trying to lie about that, like, I don't never rock with that. You know, just the fact that it's on video too. That's like me coming on here every day and lying to y'all, like, yep, just hit 100,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers. You guys can check and see how many subscribers I have, so I can't really lie about something like that, you know? I mean, I could, because some people may not actually check and be like, okay, he actually does. But like, if you're someone who's actually invested in stuff like that, people being honest and truthful, whatever situation it is, y'all gonna look at me a certain way if I'm up here lying about subscribers or likes or views on my page. That's not actually what's going on. So I think we just got to keep the same energy for everybody who's going through a situation like this, and just not letting anybody off the leash like that. I don't know. That's how I feel. But let me know how y'all feel about this, because, you know, when is enough enough? Because like I said, we talked about this a couple podcasts before about the whole situation, and why when there's a situation like this, maybe you shouldn't get involved, because you assume you see something like that and you're speaking from the peanut gallery, like, oh, if I went through that, I wouldn't get back with them, or I wouldn't do this. But it's easy for you to speak about a situation like that, because if you're not actually going through it, you're not as emotionally invested as Bhad Bhabie is. But it is what it is. You know, people get caught in these situations like that, and people, you know, answer and feel a different way about some just based off the history they might have with somebody. But at the end of the day, enough has got to be enough eventually. And my question is, when is enough with this situation? Because it only happened, you know, as far as we know, one time. But if we see this happen again in the news, and we see it happen again in the news again, it's like, I mean, I don't know. It's like Blueface and Krishan, like, part 2. You know what I mean? They both locked up right now. Bhad Bhabie or her BD aren't locked up now, but it was just the first instance that went public and viral. So if this continues to happen, they will surely be on the same page as Krishan and Blueface, who are actually both sitting in prison right now because of each other, essentially. Krishan's reason that Blueface violated his parole. Krishan is in jail because of what she was trying to get back at Blueface because she was mad at him. Like I said, it's a whole mess, and hopefully we don't see a repeat pattern of this. Obviously, just want both parties to be safe, especially Bhad Bhabie, because it looks like she's the one that's on the low end of that stick. But it is what it is. Gonna go to another commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna hit one more topic, and then we're gonna get out of here. All right, last topic we gonna hit before. Oh, hold on, y'all. Okay. Last topic we're gonna hit before we get out of here. Like I always say, how we like to do these things. Talk about, you know, relationship stuff. We always talk about, you know, celebrity relationships or just relationships from posts that are going viral. But this time, we're gonna really talk about you. Don't look behind you like, oh, see? Yes, you right there. You point back at yourself as I'm pointing this way. Yeah, I'm talking about you, and we're gonna talk about it. Now the post says, would you date you? Now, knee-jerk reaction everybody first hears that, yes, of course, I would date myself. But let's really break it down, because we live in a world now. It's like you have, standards and expectations that you have for your partner. But what about the expectation you have for yourself? You're always worried about what somebody else can bring to the table, or what they should be doing, or what they shouldn't be doing. But sometimes you gotta, not sometimes, I feel like for any, conducive relationship that's going to be healthy, you gotta really think about, come back to you. Like I always talk about, it's a team sport, right? You and your significant other. You can't be expecting your significant other to be doing a certain thing, and you aren't even meeting her in the middle to actually do so, right? So before you worry about expectations of other people, you got to worry about expectations of yourself. Now, when you answer that question, you really got to think. You know yourself better than anybody else, right? When you're dating with other females or other men or whatever the case may be, you're always putting your best foot forward. But in reality, you're aware that you're putting your best foot forward, and you're also aware of who you are as a person, right? You get in a relationship, you might have certain do's and don'ts, right? My man can't be short. My man can't be tall. My man can't be bald. My man got to be rich. My man got to be an athlete. There's a whole bunch of expectations you start off from the beginning. But let's reel it all the way back, like I said, to yourself. Don't be somebody who you are asking something from somebody else but you can't even do yourself, right? If you want a professional athlete, wanting to make them this amount of money, if you aren't even an athlete yourself, I don't even think that's fair for you to be looking for somebody like that. That is something that should not be a deal breaker, right? Because how can you expect somebody to do something and you're not even capable of doing something? That's like if you want a man, you want him to be in shape, you want him to be in fit, you want him to go to the gym, you want him to work out, you want him to be healthy, but it's like you still eat McDonald's, you've been watching Netflix on the couch, you don't go to the gym, you don't do anything with any type of exerting energy at all. How is that fair for you to ask for that from somebody else when you don't do it yourself? You got to be realistic. A lot of times now with social media, literally it's so many people out there, right? And you have access to that just by easily picking up your phone. Like right now, I could be talking to somebody in Cali right now, and it's just that simple. It's not like it doesn't have to be too much connection. You just find these people, or they follow mutual, or whatever the case may be, right? But at the end of the day, whatever you're asking for your partner to have, you should be open to it, or you should already be doing it. Not only that, but what type of relationship do you want to be in, right? That's what it really breaks down to. Would you date you? Do you want a female who is always in the club? She's always going out on the weekends. She always got a bunch of male friends. Wherever she at, she's always around a bunch of male friends. Now, everybody's different, right? Some of you guys might be okay with that. Some of you might be okay with that. But if a female is engaged in activities like that, if you're a man and you're a homebody, you probably aren't going to be too keen to date in somebody like that, right? Because like I talked about, if you want somebody who's going to be fit, who's in the gym, eat vegetables, eat all that good stuff, right? You got to be on the healthy tick too, right? Now, if you're someone who doesn't like to go out and doesn't like to drink anything like that, maybe it's not the best idea for you to be dealing with somebody who is doing that all the time. Not saying that you guys aren't going to be compatible, but maybe it's a situation where it may not necessarily work. We're always big on, what other people got to bring to the table. But like I said, you yourself has to be somebody who is actually putting forth effort. Don't look for somebody because that's something that you like. And now when you get in a relationship, obviously everybody's going to have, their pros and cons, their strengths and their weaknesses. But if your main strength should be almost identical to their main strength, no matter if it's the work ethic, just building towards the future, being able to hustle, whatever the case may be, being a family man, all that stuff has to match up equally, right? Right. But if you're just dealing with somebody and it's so many weaknesses that you gotta deal with from her, and you have those same weaknesses, that's not gonna be a good combination, right? So essentially, when you are thinking about would you date you gotta think about all the things I just mentioned, and another thing you have to think about: how do your days look, not in your free time, but when you're actually no. Yeah, how do days look in general when you do have free time versus when you don't have free time? When you have that free time, are you looking to go out and do stuff and be productive, or are you working towards something, right? Are you making a YouTube channel? Are you working on something that constantly, daily, weekly needs attention to, right? If that's the case, you might not be the best partner to be dating, right? Unless you're dealing with somebody who's in that same boat for you. Like me personally, myself, I don't really go out that much. If I'm going out, I'm going to see family. I will pop out sometimes, but it's like I'm not somebody you're gonna see out every weekend. You're not gonna catch me downtown. You're not gonna catch me at the bar. If I pop up, you know, it's special occasion. You know what I mean? But you guys know who've been watching the channel, me working on the YouTube and the podcast stuff, it doesn't really give me that time to always go out and just have fun and for a bunch of hours and all that. Like I'm really working. Even when I'm not at my other two jobs, like I'm working on this stuff, like I'm really working. So for me, me, me to date, it's gotta be a situation where she's just as busy as I am. Because knowing myself, I know like I'm not a good candidate to be dating if I'm dealing with a female who always wants to go out. You want to do this during the week. You want to get, mimosas. You want to go to the after hour spot. You want to go to the bar. You want to go hiking. You want to do all this stuff. I'll be honest, I'm not the one for that. It's not the fact that I'm cheap. It's not the fact that I don't like just being outside, which I kind of don't like all the hiking and stuff. Like like having the bugs and mosquitoes flying off. Like I be kind of cool on all that stuff. Like that's not my cup of tea. If I got some free time, the first thing in my head is not, man, I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna deal with some nature. Nah, I'm cool. That's not what I'm thinking about doing, right? But a situation like that, I just know if I'm gonna deal with somebody, they're gonna understand like I'm really busy and the time that I do get free time, I'm not like it's not like an 8-hour day. We already hanging out for 8 to 10 hours a day. Like if you're cool, maybe 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, we could do something like that. But it's like it's not gonna be a lot of time during the weekday. We're not gonna be hanging out. On the weekend, it's not gonna be that either because between Monday and Saturday, and then I play football and then basketball on Sunday. So it's like my schedule is very tight. So me acknowledging that when I see that question, would you date you? I'm just be honest. For me, myself, I'm an answer the person. Y'all can kind of go however y'all want to lean which way. I can't date myself. I like right now. I can't. This is probably the most selfish I've been in my lifetime, and that's okay because my whole life I feel like I've been very selfless. I'm always looking out for other people. Putting myself last, putting other people first. Now I'm putting myself first, and when I put myself first, it's kind of like all that other stuff is obviously being pushed off to the side. So it is what it is. It's nothing selfish, but at the end of the day, you got to think about yourself sometimes. But I want to hear you guys' feedback. Would you date you? I like to have a little nuance with these conversations, just so we can actually get open. You know what I mean? Like I'm here to give y'all some type of advice to the best of my abilities, to the stuff that I can get advice on, and the stuff that I can't. Obviously, I will ask you guys, or I just will not speak on this. A lot of this podcast, when we talk about the relationship and stuff, it's all about growth. So that's what we want to continue to do, is having these conversations and being able to grow. So I want to hear back from you guys. Would you date you? And answer honestly. Drop your comments down below. But we're about to get out of here. I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys again for tapping in. Wish your boy still going crazy, giving y'all the content that either you didn't think you need or need it or did. Doesn't matter. I'm here. Just keep shopping. But I appreciate you guys. If you are a new viewer, I definitely do appreciate you for tapping in. Before you go, if I get a like, comment, and subscribe, it's help me get into that algorithm so you can help your boy out. And for the people who have been rocking with me, since a little over a year now, even if it hasn't been the whole year, couple months, whatever the case may be. I definitely do appreciate you guys. I'm definitely working hard, just trying to give you guys some good content and staying consistent. So if you are rocking with your boy, let me get a like, a comment, a subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. This has been another episode of the We Here Now podcast. Description down below for anything else that you want to see. You might want to follow me on IG to keep up what's going on with the story, just in case you don't already know what's going on the YouTube side. It might be more on IG, but just tap in with your boy. But like I said, that's been another episode of the We Here Now podcast, and sheesh, y'all know I'm out of here. Ew.